We're live here at the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival 2018. My name's John. This is my co-host. Sorry.
The shaved ice and all the Japanese dishes.
I'm smelling that barbecue.
Yeah,
it smells
barbecue.
great. Yeah. So there's a lot of great things for the whole family. There's some booths with, I saw some rubber band guns and people running around with
we need that.
balloon. Yeah, the balloon swords. I want a balloon sword for sure. So we're going to be cutting away here in a second to one of our street interviews where we're going to be learning about, I said, what's going on here at the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival. But I said we have quite a lineup, so please stay tuned. But otherwise, are we ready to throw to an interview, or should we talk a little bit more about? Yeah, we're going to throw? All right, so we're going to go to the interviewer now, and we'll be right back.
Okay. Hi, we're here at the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival this afternoon, and I have Chris here who will tell us a little bit about what you're selling and how it came about.
Oh, I have been selling sheepskin footwears, slippers, and what have you, sheepskin products, and I've been making since 1984.
Oh, that's quite a while.
It's all over 40 years, and that's the only way I make a living. And I have a workshop in South San Francisco.
Okay. So have you been to the Mountain View Art and Wine much?
Almost from the beginning.
Oh, okay. So,
And Los Altos, Mountain View. I'm all in the Bay Area.
okay.
I also used to do out-of-state shows,
Oh,
but too much travel, hotels, and so
okay.
I'm the Bay Area guy, and I stay in the Bay.
So where do you get your sheepskin from?
It doesn't matter where it comes from, but in my case, has to be a merino sheepskin because it has a dense wool and firm flesh. It makes an excellent footwear. It will make a jacket. You're going to be so stiff, but makes an excellent footwear. So mostly it's because we are not a lamb-eating country, so there's not enough for the industry. So mostly comes from Australia or New Zealand.
Okay.
My case has to be a merino sheepskin.
Gotcha. And it's pretty much all footwear, although I see some headgear up here.
Yes, headgears. For instance, but I was still trying to organize. This is Spanish lambskin.
Oh, nice.
It's weaker.
Yeah.
It makes an excellent jacket or hats.
Okay.
But if I make a footwear out of this, it's going to fall apart within a year or two.
Okay.
And versus this one, see how dense is the wool?
Oh, yeah.
So it makes a difference.
Yes. Yes. Nice. All right. Well, glad we had a chance to talk to you.
Oh, pleasure. Thank you. I appreciate it. Pleasure
right.
is mine.
Thanks. Thanks very much.
Is that our next guest? Welcome back to the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival. Once again, my name is John, and this is my co-host.
Katrina Miranda.
We have a very special guest here with us today. It's this beautiful summer day, September 9th, 2018. Lenny Siegel, the mayor of Mountain View. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing fine.
Yeah, well, this is kind of a regular event for you. What have you been doing today here at the Art and Wine Festival?
Well, I've got, since I'm running for re-election to the council, I've got a table. One of the most interesting things is, you're looking for Mountain View voters. Well, maybe 1 in 20 people here is from Mountain View. This attracts people. We had people from out of state yesterday. I think some of them in town for the football game, but this is a big event. I was at the first Art and Wine Festival in the 70s. It's grown a lot. Yesterday, this one guy came up to the table and he said, "Thank you." I'm married. He thinks I have something to do with it. Thank you, because the price of beer at the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival is lower than the price of beer at a lot of the other Art and Wine festivals. So if people are watching this on
That's
TV
a great selling
and
point.
want to decide where to go, you can get beer for less here. At least that's what he said.
What's your favorite thing so far today?
Well, I think just seeing all the people out. We talk a lot at City Council about creating a walkable community. So much of what we do, we drive places. People are coming here, and they're walking all the way up and down Castro between El Camino and Develin. And one of the ideas I have for the future of Castro Street is that we would permanently convert the first 3 blocks into pedestrian malls. People are already spilling off the sidewalks at night, and it would just be, people when I walk downtown with my neighbors to go out to dinner in downtown, we do that almost every week. People say, "Why don't we close the street off? There's just people are spilling off the sidewalks." So, Mountain View's just become a very vibrant community, and today is an example of that. Typical weeknight, and Pastor Street's an example of that. But Mountain View's got so much going for it now, from the Shoreline Amphitheater to the Performing Arts Center. During the summer, we've had all these movies in the park, attended by hundreds of people. Concerts in the Plaza, Thursday Night Live. So Mountain View is no longer the sleepy community that it was when I moved in the 1970s.
It's definitely not a sleepy community. I love walking down here for Saturdays and evenings. And where do you like to go in downtown Mountain View? Some of our favorite. Last night we were at Fiesta Del Mar too. Cascale is one of our favorites. I like La Fontaine. Even go to Amici's. In my age, one of the major criteria for a satisfactory restaurant for a date night out with my wife is not having a lot of noise. Because we can't. What did you say? We've got a lot of restaurants catered to different ages and different people, different kinds of cuisines. I don't do the bar scene much. My son's got a rock band, and so I've gone to clubs where he's played, and when I show up at the door, the ticket collector says, "Oh, you must be a parent of one of the band members."
They can tell.
Yeah,
they can usually tell.
So.
Well, now that you are sitting in the mayoral seat, what are you hoping to see accomplished here within the next year?
Well, basically, Mountain View faces problems that are caused by our success. Our housing prices are high. We've got too much traffic. So the main things that the council are focusing on are how do we build more housing, how to create more affordable housing, how do we keep people from being displaced either by demolition or by rent increases.
Right.
And then with traffic, improving the community shuttle, working on a connection between downtown and North Bay Shore, electrifying Caltrain, and building underpasses and bike ped underpasses so that the electrification of Caltrain and all the new trains don't make it hard for people to get around.
Right. Well, I know that you're quite a cyclist yourself. I think I've seen you riding around quite a few times before, yeah?
Yeah, so for a long time, most of my, if I'm not going to the grocery store, carrying a table to my booth here, I bicycle anywhere in Mountain View. When I was running 4 years ago, one of my neighbors came up to me and said, "Lenny, I don't know anything about the housing issues or the transportation issues, but I'm going to vote for you because you bicycle." And I changed my behavior in one way. I started bringing my helmet into meetings.
Yep.
And now as first council member and the mayor, I'm trying to set an example to the community that it's possible to get around in Mountain View on a bicycle. We have to improve, no doubt we have to improve our bicycle infrastructure. There are gaps in it, places that we need to do a lot more. But I think, what I've seen is more and more people are bicycling in Mountain View on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And, my hope is it will get up to like 20 or 30% of the population when they can bicycling. I'm not trying to force people out of their cars, but I want to make it easy for them to get out of their cars.
Healthy, more sustainable way of life as well.
So, I find with my schedule that if I would have to go to the gym, I'd never do it. But if I know I have to bicycle to get to a meeting across town, or like in North Bay Shore, I'll take Stevens Creek Trail and I get my exercise.
Get your workout right there.
And sometimes I get to the meeting faster than people in cars.
Right. Great. Well, are we cutting away to our next? Or are we still going here with what's going on here on? Yeah. Well, tell us more. What have you seen change the most here in Mountain View in the past couple of years that you think is really benefiting the city?
Well, our employment growth benefits our tax base and brings a lot more people to our restaurants. So it benefits, but it also challenges us because that's why housing prices are so high and traffic is so bad.
Right.
Remember the last recession, there was room on the freeways. That's not a solution.
Right.
So we have to figure out a way to accommodate growth in a way that's sustainable.
How do you think people can get involved in those kind of
Well, coming to council meetings,
Right.
signing up, recruiting people for several city commissions and committees,
Great.
Attending workshops. We just had a workshop on development in the Terabella area, along Terabella. So Mountain View does a pretty good job of reaching out to the community. We can't do what everybody wants, but we listen.
Right. And what would any final thoughts you'd like to share with folks at home?
Well, if you're at home, you should be out here.
Sounds good to me. Well, let's go check back out on the street. We'll go to one of our interviewers and see one of these great booths. Thanks so much, Lenny.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Daniel from KMVT again. I'm here with Mark and Molly from Molly's Art. Would any of you like to explain what the shop is about?
Well, what we do is we take repurposed wood and I sand it down, I treat the wood, put them together, put undercoat. My wife paints and we put clear coat.
So I paint for more than 20 years, and now I present painting on the wood. I think wood has so much character, and I bring the life back to something completely not good. So and repurposed, yeah. So and I believe with the color and the subject, I bring more so much peace and love and happiness, which I always in my life looking for it. So so many people enjoy it and like it, and that's what all about it.
Maybe step back. She does also watercolor, oil, charcoal, and what else?
Oil, acrylic, on the canvas, on the paper, but I teach watercolor too, and those are acrylic on wood. But because of the process we are doing, is a stay forever. So, and people actually use it outside as an outside painting, and they enjoy it. Everybody said it's okay outside. And those a small bird, you will see the present freedom, and that's my signature too. You will find in all my paintings, all pieces has that little birdie.
This way so they can see the rest of your paintings.
Now, I want to ask you guys, what brings you to the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival?
It is actually the organizer, so we book a whole bunch of shows with him, and one of his shows is Mountain View.
And I love to, in the show like that, I will actually see the person wants to buy the painting, and those are like my baby, and is going to the home, and I keep connect with the people, and I saw them, and they saw me, and we talk, and they get the idea and what I taught when I paint this. So that's why I like to do art show and art walk and this kind of organization, this kind of show.
A couple more questions. If somebody can't make it to the Art and Wine Festival, where can they come and purchase your art?
They can check the Instagram, and I'm really old school. They can text. So many people text me, oh, I saw this piece, do you have it or not? And I have my own exhibit, and usually they connect me, they find me where I am next time until I find a gallery.
Private shows like in Walnut Creek, in San Jose, here and there. So we don't have a fixed location anymore. This way we can go around and display her art.
Well, Mark and Molly, thank you so much for having us. And you guys have a great time.
You too. Thank you so much.
Welcome back to the Art and Wine Festival. My name is John, one of your hosts. I have here with me one Mike Kasperzak.
That's me.
How you doing today, Mike?
I am doing great. It's been an early morning and it's a beautiful day.
Right. What title should I give you? You've had so many titles in the past. What should I refer to you as throughout the rest of this interview?
Well, nobody refers to President Bush or as Governor Bush.
That's true.
And so you go
Mayor
with the highest. So I think I'm former Mayor Kasperzak.
Former Mayor Kasperzak.
Or candidate Kasperzak for the hospital
speaking
district.
Of former mayor. So I hear
It's
that
one of my colleagues over there.
Right. Another former video bombs.
Hey, John.
Old
Former
friends.
Mayor McAllister.
Old friends. So I hear that you're the chairman of KMVT15.
I
Chairman
am.
of the board.
It is great to be on the board, and it is great to be chairing this great organization, Mountain View's Community Television.
How did you find yourself in this position?
Somebody asked. No,
That's all it takes?
I kind of.
Huh.
No, I've been involved with the station, like going to the Christmas parties
Right.
with my traditional red coat and
Right,
Santa
of course.
hat and having a great time with the station. I've known Bobby. I go all the way back to, now I can't even remember his name. I'm having a senior moment.
Brian?
Before Brian, and before Shelley,
Wow.
and before,
Who knows?
it's gone.
Yeah.
But for 20
It's that
years,
long ago,
20
right?
years
Wow.
since
Wow.
we've been doing this. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think that you are focusing in on, kind of bringing to the station as chair?
Well, I think it's really trying to get more viewership,
Right.
whether it's on television or through the YouTube channels. I just think there are so many great opportunities for people to see what we're doing here at the station, what people are doing in the community, what our producers are doing.
Right.
We just have to get the word out more. And this is great that we're here.
Yeah.
We should have big signs saying live on TV. We could, like the Today Show right behind us, people coming up and waving.
Yeah, Today Show, getting a little, some celebrity 15 seconds of fame kind of deal.
Exactly.
So how many art and wine festivals have you been to throughout the years?
Oh man, I first started getting involved with the Art and Wine Festival probably in 1990. Wow. I still have my Day Before 9/11 T-shirt from 2001. I've got a great collection of T-shirts. So I've been doing this a long time. I've been an area captain for at least 10 years. Wow. And this afternoon I'll be a courier running around all afternoon. So I probably get in about 25,000 steps on today.
Wow. Jeez. Well, Lenny Siegel was just talking about staying fit with the bicycle, and you stay fit on foot.
Yeah, I've become a walker. I don't even use my Prius Prime anymore because I walk downtown.
You just invest in Dr. Scholl's insoles.
Exactly. I'm wearing out these shoes. So.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So how else are you staying involved around Mountain View, would you say?
Well, I stay involved. I've been doing some consulting, working with nonprofits, the Los Altos Community Foundation. I'm on the board of Community Services Agency, Go CSA. And I'm running for the El Camino Hospital District Board as well. There's nobody from Mountain View on the board.
Wow.
And the board's in the hospitals in Mountain View. So it's time to have somebody from Mountain View on that board.
Some more local talent. Someone who knows this place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Somebody who knows the issues and the impacts that the hospital has. And it's a great hospital.
Right.
So, yeah.
Everything can always improve.
Yep.
Right.
So is that busy enough?
A little bit, maybe.
Well, and I've been beekeeping, and
tell me about that. I remember hearing about that
Heidi
before.
just did a story on that in I Love Mountain View. She's gotten over 10,000 hits. I actually have some of the honey that my bees produced over at the milk pail.
Hey.
So you can go to the milk pail, and it says "Made in Mountain View."
There you go, locally grown.
So shout out for the milk pail.
That's awesome.
So,
how did you get into beekeeping?
So in Washington, how they say if you want a friend in Washington, get a dog?
Right.
Well, when I was running for the state assembly in 2016, I was deciding that I needed more than a dog. I needed 20,000 friends. So I started beekeeping. And it's actually been a blast. They are amazing
creatures, huh? Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah.
So
what if you're bringing honey here? I mean, we're going to be seeing your own booth sometime in the next?
Well, I don't sell my honey here at the Art and Wine Festival. I just, I sell it to Steve Rasmussen, and he puts it on the shelf over at the milk pail. So,
nice.
Good local Silicon Valley honey.
Now we know that little spot exists. Are there any other spots here on the street that people definitely need to hit up before they leave for the day?
Well, you know, I have been focused on Mercy Street intersection, which is where I was area captain, so I have not seen the rest of the festival yet.
Will you get a chance to?
Oh, as soon as I'm done with this interview, I have 2 hours off.
Fantastic. What's the first place you're going to go to?
I'm going to go get rid of my radio at the chamber.
That's enough having people in your ear the whole day, right?
Exactly.
Right. Any last thoughts you'd like to share with the good people of Mountain View?
You know, if you're at home watching this, you should be here participating, and don't forget to vote in November.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Mike, for coming out today.
It's great being
really
here, and thanks for all you guys do for the station.
Thanks for everything you do for the station.
Well,
it's always great
you're
seeing
welcome.
you.
You're welcome.
Well, we're going to be going to another street interview to see what else is going on here on Main Street. So we'll be cutting away, and we'll be right back with some more guests. So stay tuned to KMVT15. Thanks so much.
Hi, I'm here at the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival, and I've got Larry Brown with me. Larry, tell us a little bit about your business.
Well, we're a sewing business, and we do handbags, quilted handbags. We've been doing them for about 32 years now.
They're pretty colorful. Who picks the fabric for you?
My wife does.
Ah, that's not your...
She's not here today.
Okay.
My job is cutting and getting the sewing done and working out the patterns.
Okay, so it's mostly handbags, but I see some water bottles.
Yeah, water bottles.
As well. And, okay.
Small bags, zipper bags, cell phone bags, and steering wheel covers.
Steering wheel covers. Oh,
Yeah.
I missed those. Somebody.
Yeah, right.
So how did you get into this business?
Before this, I was actually in the hang gliding business, and we hit a dry spell about 79, and nobody had any money, so we started making up wallets as just to sell at the swap meet to feed everybody.
Okay, and that turned into
led to this. So
in the handbags.
Yeah,
You've got some amazing designs here, and backpacks. Is that what this is?
Yeah.
All right.
Backpacks, tote bags, fanny
Tote bags. I see some wallets over there. And what are these? Coin pouch.
Coin pouches, eyeglass
Okay.
cases in the front. Eyeglass cases in the front there.
Okay. And
Fishing bags.
what sells well?
Right now, the cell phone bags.
Cell phone bags.
Yeah, we've got them priced at out here on the front for for multiple sales, and people are buying them because they're about $12.
Okay.
And,
So it's a
selling really well.
decent price, probably
Yep.
fairly easy to make, and not a lot.
Very
of
very
material.
easy to make.
Okay. Cool. So you do the sewing, and your wife is the artist.
Well, we do both do the sewing. I do mostly the cutting and setting zippers, which nobody likes to do, and the final closing. And then she does pretty much everything else.
Okay. And so how long have you been at the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival?
Since 83, I think, was our
That
first year.
goes back a while.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
been a while since we've done it.
Okay.
I mean, since we've been doing it. And we do it twice a year.
Okay.
We do the spring show also.
Okay. Very good. Very good. So now the name of your business again is?
Lorenda, which is Larry and Brenda combined. We get the Lorenda name.
All right. Lorenda Designs. All right. Thank you very much, Larry.
Very good. Thank you.
This is Daniel from KMVT. I am joined here by Al from TP Toppers. Al, what brings you to the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival?
Well, we've been hitting other wine festivals too, like this, art and wine festivals, and it gives a good product description or product sell. We can sell different products at these shows. So we created this product so you can put it in your bathroom. It goes over your top your toilet paper holder, so it kind of decorates a little bit. So instead of just having plain white toilet paper, you have a decoration. They're all interchangeable, so if you want to change for different seasons, you can. And we found that being here in South Bay has been great for us. We've been here, and we've been to, I guess, Los Gatos and some other shows down here. It's a nice area to be in.
What has been your most popular product so far?
Well, believe it or not, the poop emoji, which has been one of the most popular ones. And we also have the Giants, Niners, the Raiders, 49ers, and we have the wine topper is a good one. Everybody likes the wine topper. And then, of course, the seasonal one, Santa Claus and Snowman and stuff. So.
And if somebody can't make it to the Art and Wine Festival, where can they find your products?
They can go online at tptoppers.com. They're a little more expensive online. They're cheaper here at all the festivals. We sell them for $15 a set or $25 online. So we make it simple.
Al, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Have a card.
Hi, welcome back to KMVT. We're at the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival today, and we have a very special guest, Bruce Humphrey, the CEO of the Chamber of Commerce. Bruce, so how do you like it so far? It's a beautiful day.
Yes, good. Well, thank you. First, I'd just like to thank you for having me here this afternoon. And the Mountain View Chamber of Commerce is proud to put on this event. We are the actual orchestrators of this huge event. This is our 47th annual Art and Wine Festival, and we couldn't have asked for a better weekend to be here today. We have tons of vendors out here, from food vendors to art vendors, plenty of great art, music, wine. So we kind of want people to come out and enjoy it, and couldn't ask for a better day for it.
Absolutely. So, what's your favorite booth so far?
Oh gosh, as the CEO of the chamber, I try to stay neutral on those things, but there are just so many cool things to see. I come out for the food because when can you get this kind of food, right? And you don't have to feel guilty because it's a festival. So that's one of the things that I love so much. But as an organization, we're so happy to be here, and just so folks understand how the Chamber of Commerce works, we're basically broken into two organizations, or we have a 501c3, which is our foundation, and the 501c6 is the chamber proper. And so our foundation does all of our educational programs like Leadership Mountain View, Scholarship Mountain View. We're very proud that we gave out $49,000 in scholarships this year. So that's a little bit about our organization, and we're just thrilled to be here today.
Great. And what plans do you have for the rest of the year for the chamber?
Okay, gosh. We've got our Athena Awards luncheon coming up in November. We've got plenty of things for people to do. So if you're interested, if you're a business owner and you're interested in the economic vibrancy of Mountain View, then come by the chamber. We're at 580 Castro. Come by the chamber, talk to us. We're here to promote economic growth and development in Mountain View, and that's what we're here to do. So we hope that people can come by and utilize us as an instrument to perhaps increase your network, for example, or just get out and meet some different people and business owners and like-minded people. And also our leadership program, Leadership Mountain View, is starting up the 21st of September. We're going to have a full class again this year, so we're very proud of that as well.
Great. Anything exciting for you in the coming year?
No, not that I can think of off the top of my head. Where they keep me busy. So
what's keeping you up at night?
The one thing that I want people to know too about the chamber is that we just have a great staff of people. So there's not really much that keeps me up at night because I've got such good people that I can rely on to get the job done. So I don't have a lot of sleepless nights, thankfully.
Great. So we can work for the chamber then.
Yes, come on by. That's absolutely.
Great. And so what do you suggest we look at today at the festival?
Well, I think that we have everything from, we've got some nonprofits out here. We've got a free speech area. So this is, of course, an election year, so that's kind of important to some folks. So you may want to come down and visit the free speech area, and perhaps you can talk to some of the candidates that are running for city council this year. So that's something that people are interested in. We also have everything from, we've got some, self-driving, we've got Waymos here. We've got, oh my gosh, just so many things. I can't even think of all of them.
Great.
So
thank you so much. Oh, one moment. Okay.
This is Daniel from KMVT. I am joined here by
To the people of Mountain View, or anything you want them to know about?
just again, we appreciate the businesses. We have over 700 members right now. And we appreciate all of those businesses that are members of our organization. We hope that through their membership that we can create bridges for economic development in Mountain View. And also maybe we can help business owners meet each other and make those connections and have vibrant businesses for everyone. So
thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And also KMVT is a great partner.
Oh, wonderful.
So I've been doing these interviews now for I think 3 years. So I want to thank KMVT for being a great partner for Leadership Mountain View, and as you know, you guys host a Day of Leadership Mountain View as well. So I just want to say thank you to KMVT for being a great partner with the Chamber of Commerce for many, many years. Thank you so much.
Bruce, have a great day.
Thank you.
Okay, great. So now we're going to go back to our other interviews, and we'll be back soon.
KMVT, I am joined here by Al from TP Toppers. Al, what brings you to the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival?
Well, we've been hitting other wine festivals too, like this, art and wine festivals, and it gives a good product description or product sell. We can sell different products at these shows. So we created this product so you can put it in your bathroom. It goes over your top your toilet paper holder, so it kind of decorates a little bit. So instead of just having plain white toilet paper, you have a decoration. They're all interchangeable, so if you want to change for different seasons, you can. And we found that being here in the South Bay has been great for us. We've been here, and we've been to, I guess, Los Gatos and some other shows down here. It's a nice area to be in.
What has been your most popular product so far?
Well, believe it or not, the poop emoji, which has been one of the most popular ones. And we also have the Giants, Niners, the Raiders, 49ers, and we have the wine topper is a good one. Everybody likes the wine topper. And then, of course, the seasonal one, Santa Claus and snowman and stuff. So.
And if somebody can't make it to the Art and Wine Festival, where can they find your products?
They can go online at tptoppers.com. They're a little more expensive online. They're cheaper here at all the festivals. We sell them for $15 a set or $25 online. So we make it simple.
Al, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Hi, we're here with Leslie Heller today. Leslie, can you tell us what it is this is all about?
Okay, so what we have here is a 25-year-old balsamic vinegar. So this is real balsamic. It's not what you get at the grocery store because that has to be at least 12 years old, which nothing in a grocery store is, unless you go to a high-end gourmet. So we have a 25-year-old that we bring over from Modena, Italy, and then it is all bottled in Napa. So we bring it over as white and dark. And white is made without the skin, so that's the difference between a dark and a white balsamic. And the whole purpose of a white is so it's not dark on your food. So those two are the blends of everything we have, and we have 18 different flavors. So real fruit is added to the balsamic when it's bottled. So for instance, there's a Georgia peach. So peaches are added to the white balsamic to get it. So there's nothing artificial, it's all real. And then we also have olive oils, all California olive oils, extra virgin cold pressed, but they're not infusions. Ours are different because, for instance, this is the basil. The basil's actually pressed the same time the olives are pressed. So there's no separation in the bottle, so every drop tastes like basil. So.
Interesting. So did you get into this business because you like salad dressing? Is that?
Yes. I'm a vegetarian and I love to cook and I like to eat, and so yeah. So one thing led to another.
And how did you find your source in Italy?
So that was through a friend, mutual friend. Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Very good.
Yeah.
How long have you been here at Mountain View Art and Wine?
This is our 9th year.
9th year.
Yes.
And it looks like you've been pretty busy.
Yes, it's one of our top shows of the year.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's
These
good. I'm
are our
glad to hear
people.
that. All right. So you've got all of these different flavors of both, and I can buy separately the olive oil?
Right. So they come in 2 sizes. Small bottles are 18, large bottles are 30. Everything comes in both sizes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And it looks like you got
Yeah. So then we
carrying
have a
cases.
discount when you get 4. Four of these is $65. You save $7. 4 large is $110. You save $10. You choose what you want.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very
Right.
much.
Well, thank you.
All right. And the name of your company is?
Extraordinary Blends.
Extraordinary Blends. All right. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Started? All right. Hi, it's Daniel from KMVT again. I'm joined here by Chung from the Santa Clara Valley Water District. Chung, what brings you guys to the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival?
We're here to promote our drinking water, this water to go from the tap, and promoting its how potable, how safe, how great tasting it is, and we're here to promote that message at a very, very public event.
And for those that haven't heard or know what you guys do, what does the Santa Clara Valley Water District do?
We're a bifunctional water district. We're number 1, flood protection. 2 is providing clean, potable drinking water.
And in terms of the of this truck, what can you explain to us what the purpose of it is?
The purpose of it is to deliver potable water and make it mobile, and to spread the message again of the water is safe to drink from the tap. And so this is a mobile message, if you will.
Well, Chung, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you guys being here.
Welcome back to the Art and Wine Festival 2018 in Mountain View. How are you doing today?
I'm wonderful. This is such a beautiful day.
It's perfect right now. What have you been taking in when it's coming to the sites? What are you seeing right now?
So there's a piece of art over there that I want to buy. I already took a picture in front of it. So
There's a lot of great art galleries here. Yeah. So if you get a chance, you need to come out here to the Art and Wine Festival. Just give a quick look. I smell that barbecue. There's that shave ice going on. We got some live music here. You hearing those kids singing? Every year it's the same. I think it's the Madrigals from Mountain View, I believe. And they're out here and every voice does count. That is true. So it's actually been kind of nice. We have like a live band right behind us. It's almost like our personal little gig, huh? So you were just talking to Bruce Humphreys, huh?
Yes, the CEO of the chamber. He's
Yeah.
very chill.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of really cool people through here.
People who love their city.
Yes.
As they should.
Yes, absolutely. And you guys can see, when you come down here to Mountain View, I was actually reviewing some old footage of the old festivals. And it is crazy how much this has grown. It's just in the past years of whether it be vendors from, as even, Lenny Siegel pointed out, a lot of people who are here aren't even from Mountain View.
Right.
It just attracts a lot of people. This is what I would say. I've been to the Sunnyvale one. That was good. Los Altos was good. But I gotta say, in my opinion, this is the best art and wine festival that you're gonna find around.
I agree. It's definitely, there's a lot of families. I love that.
Yeah.
Even though there's wine, it's fun.
Right? Well, it's great where they have that really cool hangout zone for the kids where they have the bounce house and where they run around on the giant inflatable balls in the water and stuff. I don't know if that doesn't sound safe to me.
No, it's fine.
But
it's fine.
yeah, would you go in it?
I would.
Yeah, actually?
I have a 7-year-old, so we're good.
So you good?
It's on.
What are you planning on doing once we're done with the production today? What are you going to take in?
Run down there.
Yeah?
Get on the
First, just right out of the gate. Yeah. What did you get a chance to just kind of survey and walk around yesterday, or is this kind of your first?
Didn't. It's my first day today. So
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, you know what? I like going to the shops where they have, where artists do kind of fan work. Like people who you can tell are big fans of 80s movies or sci-fi who, come up with their own concept art and they print it and you can buy it here. I love stuff like that. And also, a lot of those rare food items that you can't I don't know if, I remember last year they had the pineapple where you get a whole pineapple and they put a beer in it or something like that. I want to try something like that. Yeah, right? Just drink it and spill it all over yourself. No, there's a lot of things that you can try here. I said that you have some Korean barbecue back here. I know I saw some Tex-Mex down that way. It's a lot of good smelling food. Kind of hard to distinguish one from the other.
If you're not here, you better be here right now.
Yeah, exactly, right? So outside of hosting Mountain View Art and Wine Festivals, what do you do locally?
So I teach entrepreneurship to underserved students in the Bay Area.
Great.
And I also have a marketing agency.
Right.
I usually like to be behind the camera, not in front of the camera. So
I would say I prefer the same thing.
Me too.
But it's such a beautiful day. There's no way we're gonna look bad in front of a camera today.
KMVT.
Exactly. How did you get involved with KMVT?
So Allison Cougar, my colleague, she teaches a class at Stanford with Tyra Banks, and they use KMVT.
Tyra Banks and KMVT.
That's right.
How did that happen?
That's right.
What?
They teach a personal branding class.
That's
Be your
awesome.
best you.
Yeah.
So-
Were you able to go out and be there for that production day?
I was there for the course.
Right.
For one day, and it was phenomenal.
Wow.
And
Wow.
so they do a interview series with all the students at
Right.
Stanford, and it was beautiful.
They pitch their ideas and
Exactly.
stuff like that.
Wonderful.
And how long has that been going on for now?
I think 2 years. It's going to go on its 3rd year next year. So
Wow.
she loves it.
Yeah.
So good job.
That's great. That's yeah. Thank you. Yes, thank you, KMVT, and also having us out today. So,
What's going on at Facebook though?
well, lots of things. Well, people sharing posts and messages and pictures and Instagram.
You're
No,
kind of a big deal at Facebook.
no, I am not a big deal. Speaking of behind the scenes, I said I'm usually behind the camera. So what I do for my day job is I get to do kind of this production work, but over in Silicon Valley, and so free food. That's nice.
good.
It's always good. No, I love what I do. I love where I work. The campus is just the coolest. They just released a news article that was talking about all the new stuff in it, and I had to read the news article to find out that stuff because the campus is so big. I had not even seen any of this stuff. I was like, where is this? And they have this really great new open kind of walkway outside, like a cafe area with redwood trees. And the smell is, I don't know if you guys have ever smelled a redwood tree before, but it definitely makes your day a lot better. So they just do a lot of good work with making sure that, instead of being stuffed inside all day, you get to kind of be out here in the blue.
That's nice. What's your favorite treat on Facebook?
Gosh, the micro kitchens can be devastating because they keep adding new wonderful things they have like candies of the month and stuff, and they do have ice cream spots. Yes, they do. They have this place called the Sweet Shop. They have the Sweet Shop. Yep, I'm telling you, if you know someone who works there, you gotta go visit. Maybe you can come visit sometimes. Yeah, I'll sign you in. No, it's great. I find myself defaulting to a lot of Pocky sticks. They have little individual packs of Pocky. Yeah, and just pack that right in there. Yeah, yeah. Then it's because of Facebook that I am obsessed with Pocky now.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you for supporting Pocky.
Yeah, absolutely. So, so we're going to be having a bit more of a lineup once we come back from our next cutaway. We have Bobby Chastain, who is the executive director at KMVT, as well as some other guests that we're going to be incorporating in. So please stay tuned. We're going to go away to another cutaway, yeah? So let's go see what's hot out there on the street. Interviewer, what do you got for us?
Art and Wine Festival, and I'm talking to Judy Sauer. Judy, tell us about your business.
I'm a fiber artist. I create pictures, like paintings, with fabric.
So it's a combination of art and fabric. It's really not meant to be useful. Is that a good way to?
Well, the table runners and the placemats are usable, but the ones that with the wall hangings, I either create the image or I cut out an image that's already in a piece of fabric and then put it someplace else to make a picture.
Okay, this is an example of that, where some of the images are already on the fabric and you've put them out in spots.
This is all the fabrics that I put together, and then I went back and put all of the circles on them.
How did you get into this?
I've always sewed, and I always liked quilting, and I made quilts, but I felt guilty because I was using patterns, and I didn't feel like it was mine.
So you have to plow your own row?
I went to a quilt show in Paducah, Kentucky, and I saw art quilts, and I said, that's it.
Okay, and you've been doing that, and how long ago was that?
1991.
Okay, so that's been a while.
Yep.
So let's take a look at some of. So this one is very much kind of quilted, small bits of fabric.
Yes, I made. It's considered a bargello. This design where you take and then move your slices.
Okay.
And I was going to make a landscape out of it, but as I went, then I realized that I had these images, and to me, this was like America. We have eagles, we had buffalo and wolves. I mean, it was just like.
It is kind of the American West.
Yes.
That's what it feels like. Yes. I love those colors in it.
Yeah, well, color is one of my favorite things, so that and lots of fabric.
And you have a variety, and then some of them are just like this one, a single panel?
No, actually, I cut out these rocks and added them all together because there were koi behind them, and I cut it so there weren't any, and then I cut the cranes out and added them.
My goodness, I would not have guessed that.
Yeah.
So. Lots of, and you also sell, it looks like, some postcards?
The cards are all made with fabric as well.
Those are fabric on the
yes.
on the postcards?
Yes.
On the cards. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah. I take and make the size of a photo because that's card stock for photos. And then I put whatever it is on it, and then I cut out something else and iron it on so that it's dimensional.
Wow.
So they're all individually made.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Judy.
All right, thank you.
This is Daniel from KMVT. I'm joined by Catherine from Blue Moon Designs. Catherine, what brings you to the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival?
Well, I'm here with my business selling pocket belts and other accessories that I make in my studio up in Vallejo. And I'd heard that this was a really well-attended show, so here I am giving it a try.
And what has surprised you so far about the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival?
It seems to be really well attended, and the weather is lovely today. As far as surprises go, I mean, this is the third type of art and wine show that I've done, and so I've seen some familiar faces and some new faces. Nothing really surprising, but I am having a good day.
And what has been the most popular product so far?
My most popular product is the pocket belt, so I'm wearing one of those. It's sort of like a fanny pack, but the pockets are on the sides, and it's kind of a unique way to solve the problem of women's clothing not having enough pockets.
Catherine, and if somebody can't make it to the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival, where can they find your products?
So I have an Etsy shop as well as my studio in Vallejo that I will occasionally host visits at, and my website is blue-moon-designs.com.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Catherine.
My pleasure.
Welcome back to the 2018 Mountain View Art and Wine Festival. We are your hosts, John.
I'm Katrina.
And here we have with us today is the Director of Leadership Mountain View, as well as the co-chair of the Art and Wine Festival herself, Kim Kofer. How you doing today, Kim?
I'm doing fantastic.
You are the queen of the festival. What's that like? It's an interesting looking crown you have.
Actually, I could say Katrina and the rest of the staff of the Chamber are the queens and kings of the festival, but I've been acting as a co-chair for this event for the last 6 or so years. Gives me an opportunity to wear a darker color shirt and walk 10 miles a day.
It's a good workout weekend, huh? Balance it out with the treats a little bit.
Exactly. Well, there's so much good food here. You got to walk some of it off.
You got the inside scoop, being a co-chair. What are some spots people definitely need to be looking out for this Art and Wine Festival?
Well, it's an interesting festival, unlike others, whereby we go all the way from the train at Evelyn all the way up to El Camino. So it's a very large, expansive area. But distributed throughout that, we have many stages. Currently behind me, we have the Mountain View Choir, and then we have various other stages throughout where we're going to have entertainment. One of which is in the Performing Arts Center central area, as well as a couple of the side streets. And in the parking lot right next to us, Wells Fargo parking lot, where the chamber resides at the end. This is the kids area. This is something that has a central stage, the Facebook stage, where we have entertainers. And this is something that I get called over to answer the question of every day, where can the kids play? And it's a great arena for them to do so.
So you said you've been involved for the past 6 years, you said?
Correct.
Seen the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival kind of evolve in those years?
That's a great question, actually. I was just speaking with the gentleman who's in charge of California Artists, who himself has been instrumental in ensuring that all of our artisans get here for all of those 47 years. And wow. Terry has a long, long history.
Wow.
In sitting with him and talking with him, we've discussed just how much this Art and Wine Festival has become dear to the artisans, and they really enjoy coming here. So when we have the happy artisans, we actually find that to make it for a much better art and wine. We've gotten to be very popular here in the peninsula as being one of the ones, if not the one, to attend before we head into the fall season. It's grown quite a bit. We've gotten some really, really great sponsors in all of the various organizations we have in and around Mountain View. And it's really important to know that this is a fundraiser. We are a nonprofit organization, and all of the funds that we collect from events like this will actually fund many of our programs throughout the entirety of the year. And you probably had the opportunity to speak to the CEO, Bruce Humphrey.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's told you a lot about that. But as a co-chair, I've witnessed a large population of people. Often we run out of glasses. Often we run out of things because there's just so many people coming again and again every year.
Yeah.
It's a good problem to have.
Yes, I will say I've spent a lot of time at this booth, and there are some days I won't see the same person ever again. There's so many people. There's so many new faces. It's great.
As of yesterday, with our armbands, we had about 10,000 armbands. We already went through 6,500 of them on Saturday. So
Saturday
the
alone.
weather is on our side. The popular nature and reputation of this program or this weekend is on our side. So we're really happy to see so many happy faces and such here.
Can you talk a bit more about the nonprofits that benefit?
Oh yeah, so we have a foundation. The Chamber Foundation is one of the areas whereby the funds are captured so that we can then give back to the community in way of scholarships. Many of we fund so much of what the Chamber does throughout the year as well. So many of our students through scholarships to college are funded through that foundation, and again what we are able to continue to provide to our membership as well as the population, having it is also our information center, the Chamber is, so we're able to fund that through the proceeds that we receive on this type of a weekend.
That's great. And being the director of Leadership Mountain,
Well, I didn't have a Leadership Mountain View hat. I was going to switch that out for my Art and Wine hat. Yeah, exactly. So yes, I do wear the hat of being the new executive director for Leadership Mountain View. And that is a program that is going into its 29th year. We're going to have some good classmates this year. We've got 36, maybe even 37 students who will be going through the 9-month class. It starts at the end of this month. And with regard to the program in itself, it gets you into every aspect of Mountain View, be it police and fire, or media and arts, or health and human services, and again, those nonprofits.
So how can someone look into this program more?
That's a great question. It took me many years before I myself became a student, so anybody who's looking now for the class for next year could certainly look online on our Chamber website and look under Leadership Mountain View, and you will see the contact information and the details of it. And I'm always happy to answer any questions at kim.kofer@lmv.education.
That's great. Now, what can someone look forward to in that 9 months? Is it just a bunch of tours? What kind of happens? What goes on there?
You know, every one of the 9 program days differs in its theme and its location. And yes, some days we're taking tours of the local elementary school, junior high, and high school. Some days we're actually going through the police department, looking in jail cells, or putting out fires with the fire department. Or even picking up a tambourine in the Performing Arts Center. So every single day is a different venue, a different activity, and it's never boring. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, good. That's good. So there's a little time left. People can still sign up, right?
Well, they can certainly reach out to me, and I will have a conversation with them. It looks as though we are at full capacity for this year. Last year, I think we graduated 33 students, and we're also we're now entering in about 36 or 37 this year. We like to keep it a close, cohesive group and not have it be too many, but we certainly can put them on the list for next year.
That'd be awesome. Great. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you.
Is there any last thoughts regarding the Art and Wine Festival today you'd like to share with the folks at home?
Well, we still have many hours left. If anybody wants to come out here, we stop pouring at 5:45, and the sun is shining, and
it's beautiful.
It's a gorgeous day. So please come out and support our Chamber's philanthropy and being able to give back to the community while having a good time with yourself and your family and friends.
That's a perfect way to put it, and I couldn't have said it better myself. Well, let's go back to another interviewer on the street. We'll be right back, so stay tuned.
Hi, I'm here with Douglas from Clever Clocks, and I'd like to understand how did you get into this business, and how is Mountain View Art and Wine treating you?
First, Mountain View is fabulous, and I've been coming here for many years and have a lot of people who come back for clocks and notice new designs and stuff. It's a very, very nice place for me. Very, very good customers here, I think, from a long time ago.
So how did you get into this business? Have you been fascinated with time for a long time?
I made my first clock when I was 7 as a consequence of not being able to understand why the minute hand was longer than the hour hand when hours are bigger than minutes. And so I had a form of dyslexia in terms of telling the time, and I resolved at the age of 7 that I would redesign clocks, and here I am.
Really? So this has been kind of a lifelong business for you then?
This is it. This is all I've ever done, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Clever Clocks are the best-selling product at the Getty Museum, the Museum of Modern Art, San Francisco. Really? They're in the Louvre, the Palace of Versailles. They're actually, very well known.
Interesting. Yeah, and here you are at Mountain View.
Yes,
I feel humbled by that.
Well, you shouldn't be. This is my favorite show. Just the people here are, and I'm not saying this because of you. I mean, they are super open-minded, very interested. Don't say things like you can't tell the time if you're colorblind and have a hangover. I mean, they're sort of reasonable, nice people to talk to.
You get comments like that, huh?
At other shows I go to, you get some absolutely cretinous people, I have to say.
Goodness.
Yes. And a lot of people question whether I've actually made the stuff, whereas nobody does that here. And that singles this place out as really special.
Wow, that's impressive. I do find that it's, on this one, for instance, it's maybe a little difficult to just glance and tell what time it is.
But could we do this together? This would be a good test, because this is a commission by a museum who wanted me to design a clock that no one could tell the time on. But after they've found out, it would be obvious. So it would be great for you to be a guinea pig here. So here is the clock. Every other dot in this outer border is an hour marker or a 5-minute increment. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's the hour hand, here's the minutes, and here's the seconds. And the secret is the color yellow. Hours, minutes, seconds. So stop looking at that one and look at this smaller one. Can't you just see the yellow now? Because now your eye is looking for color specific and not just a little puzzle.
Right.
So, and that's just what they wanted. And after 6 months of hopelessly flailing around with all sorts of complicated designs, this was the simple answer. I think there's something in that. Always the simplest answer is always the best.
Amazing.
Yeah,
impressive.
Sorry, that was it.
That's good. Thank you
Wow.
very much, Douglas.
Cool, man. Well played.
KMVT15 has been serving the community since the late 70s and became a nonprofit community media center in the early 80s, bringing you local television programming from local volunteers. KMVT Community Media is located right here in the heart of Silicon Valley. We provide hands-on training, equipment, and airtime to our users to build community and empowerment through the expression of media. Our youth camps support hundreds of students yearly and allow their voices to be heard. KMVT has well over 100 volunteers of all ages who come into our studio each and every month to produce local programming. Programming ranges from talk shows on community issues, cooking shows, local artists, magazine news programming, and live entertainment, and much, much more. We cover over 100 sporting events, including football, softball, baseball, volleyball, and basketball. We also cover local events like the Art and Wine Festival, Veterans Memorial Day, and the Spring Parade. KMVT provides coverage of local elections, debates, and candidate statements. We offer something for everyone, whether you're a youth, adult, senior, a nonprofit business, or even a for-profit business. So why is KMVT important? Because it's programming like this that brings a community together. We also provide full hands-on training for all ages in studio production and field work, graphics, editing, and an understanding of media in a world surrounded by noise. So we ask the next time you turn on your television or you want to support an important cause, think KMVT15, your local community television station, bringing the community together through all forms of media. Support community media and television today.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Me, Jerry Mathers, from the television show Leave It to Beaver. I've been diagnosed with the disease, diabetic peripheral neuropathy, or DPN. DPN is damage to the nerve tissue of the peripheral nervous system. 60 to 70% of people with diabetes have some form of neuropathy. The most common form affects the hands and feet and can cause pain, burning sensation, and in severe cases, total loss of feeling. People with DPN need to take special care of their feet. More than half of the lower limb amputations occur in people with diabetes. Be proactive. Monitor your blood glucose levels, follow medication therapies, and maintain proper foot health with your podiatrist. It worked for me. To learn more about DPN, go to www.neuropathyaction.org.
Today, a new creature walks among us, terrorizing innocent citizens. Until this threat can be contained, we must all be on the lookout for the dreaded digital deadwalkers.
Dude!
They're not looking out for you.
Engage!
A public service safety message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons, who want to keep everyone well connected with strong, healthy bones.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason. Because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
I'm joined by Lewis here. This is Daniel from KMVT, and I'm joined by Lewis. Lewis, can you explain to us what it is you guys are selling here today?
So we're selling like pinwheels and those bubble guns, and there's like lots of stuff like garden sticks, parasols, and more, mostly pinwheels, and they have fans also, and yeah.
Nice. Lewis, what's been the most popular product today?
For now, it have to been like the balloons. Seen lots of people like see what's the price of this. Yeah. So they probably bought it.
And what brings you guys here to the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival?
I'm not sure. You should ask my dad for that. Yeah.
All right. Well, if somebody can't make it to the Art and Wine Festival, where can they find your products?
I'm not sure about that, but like I'm pretty sure my dad also sells it on eBay, and yeah, that's what I know for now. I'm not sure for everything else. Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you so much for your time, Lewis. You have a good one.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, and welcome back to the 2018 Mountain View Art and Wine Festival. I'm here with Katie Nelson, who's the spokesperson for social media at the Mountain View Police Department. Katie, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
You can talk
I
a little
need
bit.
to talk into
Yes,
this,
a little
don't I?
bit.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Can you tell me about your position with the Mountain View Police Department?
Sure. So I serve both as the social media manager, so I'm the one who responds to all those questions that get sent on Facebook, Nextdoor, Twitter, and then I also serve in our traditional spokesperson role. So anytime we have a press release that we put out or any interviews with the media, I handle all those.
So if you guys have any outstanding parking tickets that you would
Don't
like
come to me.
Don't go to her.
But you can ask where you can get it done.
Then you'll definitely have to pay it. Great. So how long have you been in that role for?
I've been here about 3 years.
Wow. So Mountain View local?
No, actually. I currently reside in Campbell, but I'm from Orange County originally. But Mountain View, I like to call it my new home.
Well, that's good. This is definitely the place that people around here would love to hear that, especially all the people we just had in. So how did you find yourself in this position at the police department?
Well, that's a good question. I was serving as a crime reporter for the San Jose Mercury News, and just realized that we weren't covering Silicon Valley as much as I would have liked to. Believe it or not, there's a lot of crime that happens in the Silicon Valley area.
Cyber crimes.
And so I met with Captain Chung from the police department, and one thing led to another, and then a couple months later, I was getting asked if I'd like to actually work and serve in Mountain View, and I thought, well, sure, that sounds great.
Heck yeah, that's crazy, because social media does have such the presence today, right?
I would say that unfortunately it has completely consumed the way in which we communicate with one another. We never have really these, person-to-person interactions so much, but online, oh man, it's all the time.
So we should be doing more TV interviews with people.
Sure, why not?
To bridge communities. So what does your day-to-day look like in your position?
I am basically every millennial's dream job. I get to sit on the internet at least 8 hours a day, and
I already do that.
I know.
All the time. Wow.
But I get to interact with people that more often than not I probably wouldn't get to interact with on a daily basis, and I get to answer their questions, talk with them. I really get to just have conversations all day, and I get to really keep the community informed, and it's a great way to be.
Right. Well, so you doing crime reporting for a little while. Have you seen that play into what you do with the police department? How,
yes,
the segues, I guess.
Yes, we always are telling people don't talk to one another like it's you're a cop. You don't want to. Nobody knows the penal code. Nobody reads it for fun except for me. So when I was a crime reporter, you really had to kind of humanize the way that a press release was written. So I actually got to translate that into my current job, and basically I get to just do reporting, but for another agency now.
Wow. So do you have a badge?
I do, but I don't have it on me.
So what does that look like? Working alongside like other officers. Do you have kind of your own separate department, or are you kind of integrated throughout?
So I am my own unit, if you will, which consists of just me. But I am part of the Neighborhood and Event Services unit. So I work with a sergeant and the community outreach officer, who really their job mainly is working with the homeless outreach in the community.
Sure.
But then I report to a captain, Captain Chris Chung, who heads up our investigative services division. So I'm kind of all over the map. I get to have a little bit in all of it, which is great.
Everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, buffet line style.
That's the only way I like to eat. So.
There you go. I like that. That's great. Wow. So how have you seen over the past couple years of you working there? As social media develops and as people are always on their phones, how have you seen social media kind of develop in the sense of, regarding, a police or fire department or public services?
It's only increased, and I'm confident that it's only going to be even more relevant in terms of how we both conduct investigations, how we engage with people near and far. Like, you talk about your community, and I'm not just talking about the Mountain View community. We're reaching people all over the world, and that's Peter Parker's line, or his uncle's line in Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility, and that's very much how social media is now for everyone, but specifically police departments. We have a great ability to reach people, but with that we also have to be accurate, we have to be fair, we have to ensure that we're doing it right the first time, because we don't really get a second chance. So that's a lot to think about when you're posting something about, like, say, the Art and Wine Festival.
Yes, exactly. You have to make sure no misinformation.
Oh yeah, and I'm human. Sometimes I mess up, but I gotta hand it to the Mountain View community. They let me know almost immediately that, hey, you spelled something wrong, and it's like, I know.
Yeah, what
Sorry,
is
guys.
that like? That's got to be, because being from a different area and kind of becoming integrated in a community. What has been your impression of Mountain View the past couple of years?
I've been very fortunate. I actually got to participate in Leadership Mountain View last year, and
did
that
you?
was
It's a great program.
It is, right? Yeah. And it was a great way to get to know Mountain View, but then let Mountain View get to know me a little bit.
That's cool.
And I'm a big believer in just diving in and really kind of getting to know people. So from day one, I was out. We call it walking the beat. I was going into downtown. I was meeting with local journalists. I was, walking around the department. I'm telling you, candy and coffee are great priors for just getting people to come in and talk to you, because they know they can get free coffee and candy. That's how I operate.
I heard that trope. It's booze and food, candy, coffee. I like
candy,
that.
Coffee, no
That's
booze,
more
but
family
candy,
friendly.
coffee. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you can't really just go around offering alcohol to people.
Right.
Well, you can here at the Art and Wine Festival.
Sure, but
Of course.
I don't think I have a license to do that, so I won't.
Got a license to social media.
I do.
The badge.
That's right.
So what being here a couple years, you said this is your first Art and Wine Festival experience?
This is my first Art and Wine Festival experience.
Hopefully not your last?
No, not my last. I actually want to come and enjoy it next year. I was shocked, and I'm gonna say right now how hard it was to get a parking spot. So, but other than that, I'm looking around and I can't believe how many people are here. And it's just, I saw a couple of our officers actually walk by a couple minutes ago, and it's nice to see kind of everybody meshing and kind of getting together. And community events are the way to go, right? It's a great way to connect, great way to just kind of get out, even though I promote social media, get off social media, go outside and hang out and be with one another. That's awesome.
Get off the social media, go out to take the pictures.
And then bring it back to social media.
To post
That's
to the
right.
social media.
Circle of life.
Well, if people wanted to find out more about, your involvement with the police department and how, they can view those kind of things, where should they go?
They can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, believe it or not. We're, we have a good following on
trendy.
Snapchat. It is trendy. I'm really proud of that. And next door, specifically if you live in Mountain View, you just follow us with our name, just Mountain View PD. And it's a great way to stay connected, and especially, in times of crisis or in the good times, just hang out with us. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Katie, for coming out. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to go to another street interview. We'll see what else is out there. So we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hi, this is Jeannie Dane, and she's going to tell us what she's selling here.
My jewelry line is Jiba Jewelry. My husband designs and makes everything, and it was originally designed in Australia, so it has an Art Nouveau, vintage, organic inspiration. And he does necklaces, earrings, rings. We're able to resize the rings and custom fit them. And
It looks like you've got a lot of silver here. I'm not seeing
silver, semi-precious stones. It's all very good quality, handmade, and with a lot of customer service and attention to detail.
So, have you been to Mountain View Art and Wine?
Many years, probably
Many years.
12, 13 years we've been coming to this show. We do shows all over the Bay Area.
Okay.
Probably up to about 45 shows a year.
Wow.
So we're
That's a
pretty
lot.
busy. We're on the road a lot. We go from Southern California to Washington State.
Wow. It looks like you've got quite a lot of inventory here.
We
A lot
do.
of
He's
matching.
been doing jewelry for over 34 years.
Wow.
So he's got a lot of different bits and pieces and lots of different ways to put them together. Not always the same way twice.
Okay.
So they have a lot of individuality.
Do you get a lot of commissions?
We don't do a lot of custom work because we have such a big design range. It keeps them busy doing this.
Okay.
But we do have a lot of repeat customers who collect from us.
Oh, okay.
So they'll buy something in different colors and add to their collection each year.
Interesting. Very nice. So thank you very much. I hope your time here is very successful.
It's
for you.
always a good show.
Good.
The weather's perfect.
It is.
Everybody
today.
should come out and join us.
All right. Thank you very
All right.
much.
KMVT15 has been serving the community since the late 70s and became a nonprofit community media center in the early 80s, bringing you local television programming from local volunteers. KMVT Community Media is located right here in the heart of Silicon Valley. We provide hands-on training, equipment, and airtime to our users to build community and empowerment through the expression of media. Our youth camps support hundreds of students yearly and allow their voices to be heard. KMVT has well over 100 volunteers of all ages who come into our studio each and every month to produce local programming. Programming ranges from talk shows on community issues, cooking shows, local artists, magazine news programming, and live entertainment, and much, much more. We cover over 100 sporting events, including football, softball, baseball, volleyball, and basketball. We also cover local events like the Art and Wine Festival, Veterans Memorial Day, and the Spring Parade. KMVT provides coverage of local elections, debates, and candidate statements. We offer something for everyone, whether you're a youth, adult, senior, a nonprofit business, or even a for-profit business. So why is KMVT important? Because it's programming like this that brings a community together. We also provide full hands-on training for all ages in studio production and field work, graphics, editing, and an understanding of media in a world surrounded by noise. So we ask the next time you turn on your television or you want to support an important cause, think KMVT15, your local community television station, bringing the community together through all forms of media. Support community media and television today.
Welcome back to the 2018 Mountain View Art and Wine Festival, and we are here with KMVT, and we have the amazing Tom Myers from CSA Agency. Tom, how are you doing?
Great, Katrina. How are you today?
Wonderful. It's such a beautiful day for
It
your lovely
is.
event.
It is. It's great.
So
It's
tell
great.
me what you're running today.
Okay, well, today I'm an area captain for the chamber and I'm volunteering for the chamber. But in my real life, in my regular day job, tomorrow morning I'll be executive director over a community services agency. And for those who don't know, CSA is the safety net organization here in Mountain View. We provide food and shelter programs. We serve over 10,000 people a year with our programs. Everything from food, shelter, senior services. We do the senior lunch program at the Mountain View Senior Center. We get food out through the schools. All of our programs, though, are geared toward low-income or homeless individuals. And so if you're low-income or homeless in Mountain View, you've probably found your way to CSA.
And some people wouldn't believe that there are low income in Silicon Valley, but they do exist.
Absolutely, absolutely. In fact, we find that the situation is getting worse. As a rising tide does not rise all boats, as the used to say. And the problem is that more and more people are feeling squeezed. The middle class is definitely getting squeezed, and so we have more and more people who are falling into poverty, falling into homelessness. A lot of people talk a lot about the families, but we're finding that there's a huge number of seniors that are falling into homelessness because they're on fixed incomes and they just can't keep up.
What kind of programs can we support?
Well, we need, of course, donations, but we also need volunteers, and we have over 700 volunteers who come to us and help out in food programs. We need people who can work in our food pantry. We need people who can take food out into the schools. We need people who can work in our senior lunch program. We also have programs like back-to-school backpacks. We have holiday toys. All of these things can help families that are living on low income help to make ends meet.
Well, that's wonderful. Thank you for the work you're doing.
Thank you.
What about something coming up like that's next that we can get involved with right away?
Well, we have a big event coming up this month on the 20th, on September 20th, our Hometown Heroes event. And every year at Hometown Heroes, we honor people in the community who help out not just CSA, but help the community in general. And so it's not just about us, it's about making the community a better place. And that's happening on September 20th. And if you want information, find us on the web at csacares.org or give us a call.
Oh, great. I love it. And then, is there a hometown hero that you guys...
Yes, this year we're honoring 3.
Great.
The Orchard Valley Ceramic Arts Guild, which always does a wonderful job for us. We're honoring Julia Carr, who's a Google ambassador, a woman from Google who's helped to liaise with us. And then also to Pastor Brian Leong. And Pastor Leong is working on the safe parking program to help get RVs off the streets and into church parking lots.
The real heroes in our
Absolutely,
town.
absolutely.
Wonderful. And then, is there you have any favorites out here today?
Oh, out here? Oh my gosh, I love. Well, first of all, don't tell anyone, but I like wine.
Oh.
And I'll tell when my shift is over, I may be enjoying a little bit of wine, or perhaps a little beer. But I think I just love all of the booths, and I think my favorite part is just seeing the community out in droves.
Yes. And Mountain View is such a great place for people to come together.
Absolutely. In fact, that's one of the reasons why CSA has been such an integral part of this community, is because the community comes together to help those in need, and they come to us at CSA.
Right. And what I've also noticed is that lots of people from outside Mountain View like to come together here
Mm-hmm.
and do things, so that you can get support from the surrounding cities as well.
Absolutely.
You don't have to live in Mountain View to support the CSA.
No, you do not have to live in Mountain View to support CSA, and we'll be more than happy to take donations or volunteer time from anybody.
Great. And, we
hello.
So we know how to contact you. We know how to get involved. What else? Do you have any plans for the rest of the year?
Oh, absolutely. We are working on a lot of new and innovative programs. We're very popular here, aren't we? Yeah, we're working on a lot of new and innovative programs. We're just now starting a program called the Navigator Program. And this is a woman who will be going out and working with people who may not know and understand how to navigate the system of services that are out there and available.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's a very exciting program and something that's not been tried before in a lot of different places.
I think that's going to work. I have a feeling.
I think it will work too. We're going to make it work.
Yes.
The future of our services is outreach, whether it's taking food out into the community, whether it's going out and doing outreach to the homeless individuals that are living in RVs in the community, or whether it's helping people to navigate the service structure in the area. That's the future of what we're doing. So we still have our services in our office just down the street here, but the future of our services is outreach.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Tom, and for all the work that you do and the impact that you're making in the community.
Great. Well, it's the impact that my staff and volunteers are making. So thank you, Katrina.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much to Tom and CSA. We're here from KMVT from the 2018 Art and Wine Festival.
3, 2, 1, start.
I'm here with Jessica and Rhett, who are going to tell us what they're selling and how things are going today.
Hello. Yes, we are here at the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival, and we are a family-owned business. We make leather sandals, and we do it all in our garage and travel to these craft shows and sell it.
So how did you get into this business?
Actually, his dad started this.
Yeah, my dad started the company in '63.
Wow.
So I was literally raised around it, and we started making sandals about 12 years ago.
So this has kind of been in your blood for a long time, huh?
Yeah, it has been. Yeah.
All right. So what are where does your leather come from? How do you source that?
All of my materials come from America. So my leather actually comes from a tannery in Chicago. It's another family-owned tannery. Kind of keep it a secret because they work for the stuff they do for me is kind of a little bit of a secret.
So it's not your family, it's another
family. They're leather tanners,
yeah.
so that's what they've been doing it for almost 100 years. They're third generation.
Wow.
So, yeah.
They've been doing it a
that's
long
even
time.
longer than you.
Yes.
Been.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty
So-
impressive. So how do you make them? What's the secret?
So we start out with a huge hide of leather, and everything's hand cut, and we edge it, oil it, and get it real soft and mushy so we can get it into the sandals soft on your feet. Everything's the browns, for instance, is a latigo leather, so it's the same stuff horse reins are made out of, so it's a real strong, sturdy leather that you can get wet, and you can really wear it anywhere, and it's all the soles are Vibram soles, and then we have the arch and the neoprene padding, which you sink into, and it'll take on the impression of your foot. So it really gives a custom fit to each side of your feet that you make the sandals instead of the sandals trying to make your feet adjust to them.
Nice, I like that. Sign me up for that. Yeah.
Yes.
that's a good part. So you've got quite an assortment here.
Yes.
Yeah, we do 9 basic styles, and then the basic thongs we have in many different colors. And on the tables, all of our different styles that we do. A lot of those are available in color for custom order.
Okay, and how's business at the Mountain View Art and Wine?
It's always a great show.
Is it really?
Oh,
yeah.
So always means you've been here before.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we've been
Over
here about 12 years. Yeah.
12
His
years.
dad started, he
Yeah.
was doing it before us, so when we picked it up, we always have done it
Yeah.
since.
Okay.
So.
He did it for 20 plus easy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
it's a good show for you guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and we're from Southern California, so it's about a 7-hour drive, but it's worth all the miles.
Yeah.
Okay, I like to hear that. That's
Yep.
good way to close the summer.
Oh yeah. Okay. So this is it. You kind of go.
For California, we head to Arizona next, because in the wintertime there, they wear a lot of sandals still.
Alrighty. Sounds good. Well, thank you very much. What's the name of your business again?
We are
KiwiSandals.com.
KiwiSandals.com.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
good.
what yes.
All right.
Online.
Thank you very much. All right.
Welcome back to the 2018 Art and Wine Festival here in Mountain View, the annual Art and Wine Festival, one of the best in the region. Yes. Would you say so?
That's true.
And we have, yeah, right, exactly. How are you doing today?
Good.
Yeah, we have
thank
very
you.
special guests with us. Would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
I'm Micah. I go to Los Altos High. I'm a freshman.
So a freshman at Los Altos High. What are you doing here with us today at KMVT?
Oh, I volunteer here.
So you're on crew, I see. You were behind one
Yeah.
of the cameras.
Mhm.
So how long have you been volunteering with KMVT for?
About a year or two.
That's great. What kind of prompted you to kind of check it out?
My mom just saw an event, and then we both came. We took a class. One was on like how to use the cameras, and then another on producing.
Oh wow.
And it was really fun, and I liked it. So I started volunteering at games, this festival.
That's awesome. So you're getting some good experience on the cameras.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What do you like most about volunteering at KMVT?
I think it's a really great way to like do volunteer hours, but also to learn something. Yeah.
And so does this go to school credit?
Yeah. I just recently started keeping a log once I realized I'd probably end up needing them somehow, so saving up for future use.
And then are you going to be a future director or filmmaker? Are you going to see other movies?
Possibly. Like for now it's just been like a hobby, but one of my main hobbies, so it's an option.
So when it comes to media and filming, I mean, nowadays I feel like, everyone's got cameras on their phones, right? So are you more a picture, video, audio? Where do you kind of settle?
Video.
Yeah, you're
I'd
passionate
say.
about video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very different from taking pictures.
Yes, it's more high demand.
It is.
Yeah.
And pictures are like a one-time thing. Pictures are about composition, while filming is more live and active.
Yeah, and you kind of have to. You're talking about a picture's a composition. Video is like a composition of multiple shots.
Yeah. And the KMVT, they do live video, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot going on, and just the setup's like really complex to be able to get like everything right on the first try.
And I mean, you would say you've been volunteering for a little while now. I mean, you're young yet, and you're manning cameras, right?
Yeah.
So this, I mean, you're getting some really great experience early on.
I know. I like that.
What about other kids who are your age who are thinking like, who tell themselves like, oh, I'm too young to take up things like that? What would you say to them?
I don't know. I mean, I've like attended adult classes, and like sometimes like not many people know about KMVT and that it's like an option for volunteer hours. Like it wasn't like on the list at my school, but it's really great. Like you get to learn, and there's no age like too young once you're in high school, and like even when you're around other adults, like you're kind of taken more seriously, and you could learn more faster.
Sure.
Wow, she's like way ahead of the game.
We need more young people like you.
Thank you.
Set examples. No, that's great. So I mean, honestly, you know, you're at that age when in high school, you kind of I remember in high school when I picked up video. That's where I am now because of that.
Cool.
You know.
Neat.
What are some productions you think you would want to see in the future that you'd be a part of?
Like from KMVT?
Just in general, like what just think of your future in video.
Future in video, wow. I think as far as for like KMVT, like I wish they would do like kind of more like filming like musicians like around here.
Yeah.
But as far as for like the whole film industry, kind of liking the way they're headed. They say classic movie is like soon to die, but I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Yeah, I think like movies like produced by Hollywood are some pretty quality content.
We're getting good stuff. Well, hopefully we keep young, inspired people like you around.
Thank
You're going to
you.
be making the future stuff that we're watching, right? Well, Micah, any let's see here. You're going to be hitting up some booths afterwards, you think?
Oh yeah. This place is great.
Awesome.
Food, free samples, so many free samples.
So many free samples. Well, I'll tell you what, let's go check out some of those free samples with some of our street interviewers. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Thanks so much, Micah.
Hey everyone, we're here at the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival with Daniel. Daniel, what can you tell me about your organization?
I chair the Mountain View Performing Arts Committee, and I've been there for now, I think this is my 7th year, chairing for the last 6. We're a committee of the City of Mountain View that is in charge of advising the City Council on all things performing arts, whether or not that's, traditional theater or music or ballet or anything that can go onto the stages at the Center of Performing Arts or the Plaza or the Park Stage.
Awesome. Well, you tell me you've been with them for 7 years. How did you get personally connected with them?
When I graduated school, I really wanted to get back involved in my community. I grew up in Mountain View, so my family moved here when I was 5. I did Peninsula Youth Theater when I was growing up. I played cello at Block Intermediate School, and then at Mountain View High School, I was in the Mountain View High School marching band. So I really was involved in performing arts my entire life here, and I really wanted to make sure we brought the youth back to downtown Mountain View, because once the schools around the area, by the goodness of the people of Mountain View and Los Altos, passed a bunch of bond measures, they built theaters at their schools. So nobody really came back to downtown to perform. So I wanted to bring back, or really concentrate on bringing back youth to downtown Mountain View into the center.
Nice. Well, you mentioned a little bit about your goals with them. What is the overall mission of the Mountain View Performing Arts Committee?
Well, really, it's just to boost the knowledge of performing arts within the Mountain View and surrounding communities, because the Mountain View Center for Performing Arts is the busiest theater of its size in the country. Yeah, so if I have the math correct, they had over 400 performances in the Center for Performing Arts last year. And if you think that there's 365 days a year, that's a lot of performances on the main stage alone. And to really increase the knowledge around the Bay Area, not only in teenagers and youth, but also in the growing number of people our age who are moving into the area to work for the large companies we hear, bring them to Mountain View instead of saying, hey, if you want to go see a show, you have to go all the way up to San Francisco or to San Jose. No, come see a show here.
Awesome, thank you. Well, it sounds like you guys are doing a lot. How can people get connected with you and support your efforts?
Yeah, so since we're part of the City of Mountain View, you can find us at mvcpa.com. You can also find us via the Mountain View City website. We meet once a month, normally on the 3rd Wednesday every month in the Atrium Conference Room in City Hall. We'd love to have people come by. We don't get a lot of visitors, but it's fun every once in a while. We like to keep it light. It's the Performing Arts Committee, so if you actually listen to our recordings, you'll hear a lot of jokes, but but we do keep it, by the books. You can email me directly. It's just daniel.pillay@gmail.com. I am termed out at the end of the year because I've sat on for 2 4-year terms, but I will make sure your message gets sent to whoever needs to see it.
Awesome. One more time for our audience, your website?
It's mvcpa.com or the initials of Mountain View Center for Performing Arts.com.
Awesome. Daniel, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Yeah.
At the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival, we not only have vendors, but we have other community organizations, and one of them is REACT. I don't know a lot about REACT, so John here is going to tell us what's going on.
Well, REACT is an international organization stemming from the Citizens Band era in the mid-'60s.
I remember that, actually.
We used to use Citizen Band radios. We evolved into GMRS radios, and now most of us are using amateur radio to communicate at events like the Art and Wine. We do bicycle events, and it prepares us and our equipment for emergency purposes, for emergency use.
Okay, so you're really here in case of the big one hits Mountain View.
We're here to help
ready
law
to do
enforcement, medical, at the first aid station. If anybody needs medical, they can contact them through us.
Okay.
We help the event people that are the Chamber of Commerce that's putting the event on.
Got it.
We will use any type of communication that's legal.
Any that's community. How about if I yell at you?
That works.
All right.
That works.
We got that. So this is just a practice run for you then?
This is a practice. 2 of us came from a Atherton disaster drill earlier this morning that started at 7 and got over at 1.
Oh my goodness.
So our team stays pretty active. This is Blackberry REACT. It covers North Santa Clara County and most of San Mateo County.
Okay.
So we cross county lines.
Now I just tried to drive down I-5 yesterday.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a problem. We did have to divert.
Yeah.
Is that the kind of place where REACT would?
We were involved in. Yes, it is. If there's REACT teams up there, they're involved. There is amateur radio up there helping.
Okay.
We helped at the Oakland fire. We helped at the fire down by Gilroy when the phone lines were cut in Santa Clara County down by in San Jose. We assisted with communications because 911 was gone.
Right. That's a little hard to call 911 when you got no phone service.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So it worked quite well.
Okay, so how would we get in touch with you? If I have an emergency, I don't know, a telephone pole blows up in my neighborhood, how would I get in touch with you?
Probably through the police department. We have a very close relationship with Mountain View PD. If you're in San Mateo County, it would be the Menlo Park Fire District.
Okay.
They would be able to get a hold of us.
So you're out here?
And our communications van and so on. We would show up with a team ready to go.
All right, so you're trying to keep us all safe.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Takes us about 15 minutes to get on the air.
Okay. Thank you very much, John.
Thank
I appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Kirsten here with KMVT, and today I'm interviewing 2 about some of his photographs at the Arts and Wine Festival. Can you just tell me about some of the photos you have?
All right, so we're mostly landscape photographers around California. One of the only ones that we have that isn't from California is our total eclipse of the sun. Fortunately, California did not have that, so we had to drive 13 hours north to get there. So some of these are fairly close to the road and others are deep in the backcountry, so it depends. Like this one was from this summer over here. That was in the Ansel Adams Wilderness, and I was wandering around about 40 miles. But this one is about a mile from the road in northern California. And then we have our fair share of Yosemite.
What's your favorite photograph out of all of these? Like, which did you enjoy most taking?
The eclipse by far.
Why?
So it required the most amount of research and just being able to share our experience. It was amazing. If you've never seen a total eclipse of the sun, it is like nothing else. The 70% that was here was all right, but being able to see totality is an experience. So if you have a chance in 2024, going from Texas to Maine. Should definitely go and see it.
And what brought you to the Arts and Wine Festival today?
So we live in Mountain View, and been around here for probably 10 years now, and we just started showing. This is our 3rd year here, and just like showing my artwork, and it's a lot of fun to be here.
If someone wasn't able to attend the festival today, how else could they get your art?
So we have a website, and our entire gallery is on there. It's astonmeyerphotography.com.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the 2018 Mountain View Art and Wine Festival. I have a friend here, Rachel. She's going to tell us a little bit about what you've been doing back there.
Yeah, so I'm here with the Mountain View High School choir department. We are selling shaved ice as one of the booths at the festival.
Tasty.
And I don't know if you can hear in the background, but we have some music too playing on the corner. Yeah.
You guys go like every year I've been here for the past 3 years. You guys are always killing it, right?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to my senior year. This is my senior year.
Wow.
So my 4th year in the choir department. So this is my 4th year singing out here on this corner. Yeah.
So now that you're a senior, you've been doing this all these years. What are you kind of looking forward to, kind of leading the charge this next year?
Yeah, no, it's very exciting. And I in some ways I can't believe that it's already my last year here.
It's crazy.
But I'm just excited to keep everything going. I think the choir has been so central to my high school experience, and it's so exciting to see all my peers and all my friends growing as singers and as individuals, and just I'm just looking forward to a final year of great times. Yeah.
Because what you guys do here today or this, I guess I should say this weekend at the Wine Festival, you guys are raising funds for your trips, right?
Yeah. So we have an incredible program, and we travel. So we have a lot of expenses.
Yes.
Every student goes to choir camp, which we're going to in a couple weeks.
Wow.
Which is a weekend away of like workshopping and developing. And then 3 of our choirs, and I think a couple more this year actually, regularly go on tours. So this year we have a choir going to Iceland and another one to Vietnam and Cambodia. And every student that Jill takes into the choir based on talent and hard work, every student can come. That's
awesome.
That's the choir department's guarantee. So we do that through this kind of fundraising. We have a booth that's entirely manned by students. So everyone there is working
That's so cool.
to get money towards their tour.
Yeah.
And then whatever's left is given up as scholarships and to the general fund.
That's excellent.
No,
Great.
it's fantastic. Yeah.
Well, how's the turnout been this year?
Really
I remember
good.
last year it was so hot.
Last year it was really hot.
Yeah.
Which is great for us.
Yeah, it's great for you guys selling ice.
It's funny because we're working, so we're working in the heat, but then we're also selling more because of it.
Right.
So it's double-sided sword that.
You get a little practice in too, a little exposure.
Oh, for sure.
Have you guys, when you guys have been doing stuff here, have people come up to you and been like, "Can you come do an event?"
That's funny. Not 5 minutes ago.
Really?
I've been just handling the sound, and someone came up to me and asked if the singer was available to book weddings, and I told them yes.
Awesome. That's awesome.
No, it's definitely great, and a lot of us have a lot of experience singing in a choir.
Yeah.
But not so much kind of on our own, just playing. So this is always a really fun weekend for people to come out.
I was gonna say, you guys have thousands of people, just
Yeah.
foot traffic that are that exposure must be.
No, for sure.
But you're used to it by now,
But by now,
you're a veteran.
Yeah. It's things have changed even over just my 4 years.
Yeah.
And the entertainment has become really a big part of the weekend, which is great. We have a donation bin, so a box. So that's why we have performers out here, and that's just become one of our major sources of revenue, which is
so cool.
Really cool to see.
An open guitar case and throw some quarters in.
Exactly. Yeah.
What if you when you guys come here, do you guys get a chance to actually explore and enjoy the Art and Wine Festival, or are you working the whole time?
It depends. We try not to book anyone with too many shifts.
Right.
Mostly because we have so many students.
Yeah.
So we try to spread out shifts and everyone gets breaks. So that's another super fun time is when you're done working or when you have a break, you can just explore with some of your friends or even some other folks from choir that you didn't know.
Yeah.
And we have teams wandering the fair,
with the signs on.
Signs and eating, trying to direct people to the booth. So
is it just the shaved ice?
It is.
Yes,
but
that's right.
Not, I wouldn't say just shaved ice.
Okay. Right, sorry, my bad.
We have someone was like counting the number of flavors that we have, but we have every type of shaved ice you could imagine.
Goodness, there's so many.
So many.
Yeah.
So many.
What's your favorite? What if you had to tell somebody, come out, get this flavor? Which one?
I would say you're good with any flavor. I would recommend getting some ice cream on the bottom.
I did that
some
last
condensed milk on top. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Just get it all.
Get hydrated and dehydrated at the same
At
time.
the very same time. We offer everything here.
Right. Well, where can we be watching out for the choir this year around Mountain View?
Yeah, check us out. We have a YouTube channel, Facebook page.
Cool.
Yeah, and we have regular concerts that are open to the public. So if you just look us up, yeah,
Very
I highly recommend.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Rachel, for making the time to come out.
Thank you for having
They
me.
got the shaved ice just right back here. Stop by. Sun's still out, still shining, and still hot. So, what do you say? We're gonna go check out some more street interviews. Maybe it'll be about shaved ice. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm here at the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival, and I have Sylvia in front of us. Sylvia, what are you selling today?
I'm selling my paintings. They're original artwork made from oils. They're oil on canvas. It's done in an impressionistic fashion, but more of a modern impressionism. I try to stay away from like realism. I'm kind of going towards pixelated, emotional type of work.
Okay, and it looks like you get a lot of your inspiration from nature.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
not,
my favorite. Yeah, I don't. I usually do landscape.
Hi, I'm here at the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival, and I have Sylvia in front of us. Sylvia, what are you selling today?
I'm selling my paintings. They're original artwork made from oils. They're oil on canvas. It's done in an impressionistic fashion, but more of a modern impressionism. I try to stay away from like realism. I'm kind of going towards pixelated, emotional type of work.
Okay, and it looks like you get a lot of your inspiration from nature.
Oh yeah, that's my
not,
favorite. Yeah, I don't. I usually do landscapes from all over, from like Lake Tahoe, Oregon, Washington, Santa Barbara.
So it's just kind of a way of funding your travels up and down the coast?
Yeah, that's what I use as my
Good excuse for that.
Right.
Good. That works well. So how long does it take you to make one of these paintings?
The faster the better. So I usually try to first I prime the canvas with the backing colors. A lot of times I use red or yellows or greens. And then I try to go as fast as I can. I mean, I'm just trying not to go into detail because I
Right.
tend to go into detail.
But is that like, does it take a week to do a
It'll
picture like
take
this?
like 3 days.
Okay. Okay.
So like one a week I'll probably do.
And do you do this? Are you the artist out in the field with the easel?
Oh, the plein air? No,
yeah.
Actually, I take the photographs.
Take the photographs
I
and then
take
work from
photographs.
them.
I work from that. Yeah.
Okay. And do you just take like one photograph and then try to reproduce it, or do you take a lot to get the scene so you can kind of remember it?
I take a lot of and then choose and sometimes make artistic changes to it.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So not quite
not
realism.
quite-
you're not
yeah,
looking for
exactly.
the realism.
I'm trying to stay away from the
All right.
realism.
Cool. So how often? Let's see. How many years have you been to the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival?
This is my first year.
First year.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
It's exciting.
Well, welcome. Yes.
I've never been to such a big show. I walked in the whole section and it's the biggest one I've been
It
to.
is. It is quite a good one. It's been here for a while now, and people know about it, and they kind of expect it.
It is
so.
a nice one.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you very much. This is Oliveras Art, and this is Sylvia that we're talking to. All right. Okay.
What? Welcome back to the 2018 Art and Wine Festival here in downtown Mountain View. We have a very special guest with us here today. It's the executive director of KMVT15 himself, Bobby Chastain. Bobby, welcome to the Art and Wine Festival.
Well, thanks, John, for having me. I kind of have to be here, but it's still a pleasure.
You have to, but you're happy having to be here.
It's true. So
Yes.
we were always out here to support KMVT. We always cover the event. We cover the artists and do a live day of with dignitaries and then people like myself. And then the last couple of years, I've helped out with the chamber. So kind of walking up and down the street. I was running a little late because I had to sell beer and wine for a while someone took their bathroom break. Looking for overflowing trash cans. Plus, we're running some parking lots, which have been kindly donated to us, so it's a big fundraiser for us. So we're here in all kinds of capacities.
So man of many hats, I guess you could say. So the Art and Wine Festival has been produced by KMVT for some time now. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, as long as I've known of KMVT, there's been some presence. We'll bring the production truck. This year we have a smaller kind of rig that we brought out, and we just do live interviews and feature all the artists that come to the festival. I know this is the 47th year of this festival. KMVT's been coming for at least, I would say, the last 20.
That's great. Now, being the executive director, can you tell us about your role at the station?
Well, yeah, I'm the executive director.
As the executive director of the station.
It was funny. So I've been at KMVT a while, and I've worn many hats, sort of come up through KMVT. I like to joke that executive director is sort of the most superfluous role I've had. In some regards, it's not as hard to work as someone who might run a youth camp or our producers who cover high school sports, this sort of stuff. But executive director, I'm a little more outward facing. I try to make friends on behalf of the station and then find gigs like parking lot fundraisers. And we've done really good. I've been executive director. This is coming up on the end of my third year, and I always have good report cards to show our board of directors. And I think a lot of our programs are really flourishing, especially our youth program and our public access.
So what kind of outreach does KMVT have in the area?
Outreach as far as where can we be seen?
Yes.
So we're on cable channel 15 in Mountain View, Cupertino, Los Altos, and Sunnyvale. So we do those public channels, and then we do government channels for 3 of those cities. So basically 7 channels are cable, and then anything that our in-house producers create also goes onto our YouTube channel and our Roku channel. So we have potentially a worldwide reach.
Cool.
But we try to keep it also, hyper local as far as the programming interest goes.
So if somebody wants to come in and produce a show, from beginning to end, what does that process usually look like?
Yeah, we like to have people come. It's really a learning station. So it's, we have a full studio and control room in addition to remote gear. So people typically, I recommend they come in, take our beginning workshop, which is studio production, learn all about how to do audio, how to direct, how to do the cameras. And then they can either be a volunteer crew member for the independent producers that produce there. And anyone can produce a show as long as it's not commercial or obscene. And so the people that take the class are volunteer crew, and then people with an idea for a show who want to put the extra work in can be the producers, and they're in charge of the shows. We have producers that make shows anything from Indian classical music to cooking. We have shows representing each political party, or the 2 main ones anyway. And we have alien shows. Even John could do a show.
Even me.
Renee, who's directing and producing Art and Wine Show, also produces a show about all things nerd. It's called Frack the Cannon. I would recommend anyone watches that. It's all about the Incredible Hulks and the Super Batmans and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So public access, I feel like has definitely found a bit of a new face here in kind of the digital age. How have you seen KMVT kind of graduate from analog to digital?
Well, that's right. And public access it's sort of a stigma attached to it. I think people think of Wayne's World.
Right.
We try to keep on top of the equipment.
Very fancy stuff today.
Try to put production values into it. So we try to call it community television as opposed to public access. But that is definitely part of what we do. And all it means is that we're an open forum for anyone to come in and create programming about whatever they want to.
Sure.
But as far as keeping on top of things, we try to get 4K cameras and drones and all the toys that the new storytelling machines. Hi, Jim.
Absolutely. Well, that's great. So, I mean, how do you see KMVT become involved more and more, within kind of a city, whether it be Mountain View or the other cities that you guys are kind of affiliated with? How do you see KMVT playing a role in those communities?
Well, the Art and Wine Festival is a good example of that, of good visibility. The people who are invested in the community come out, they talk to us, their stories get told. Another key to us is the government side of it. It's an election year, so there's no one else that's going to put this much attention on local races, for city council, for local measures, that sort of thing. So we'll have candidate statements, we'll have a debate in the studio, we'll cover all the Legal and Voters events. So those are a couple of the main ways that we make ourselves valuable to the community.
Right. That's fantastic. So right now, what cities are you guys in?
Mountain View, Cupertino, Los Altos, and Sunnyvale.
Would we see any potential of broadening horizons within?
Well, it's interesting because many cities have a station like ours, and it'll we're good friends with the stations in Palo Alto. There's one in San Jose, and we actually collaborate with those two media centers to share a channel that has a little more of a broad reach, and that's called Bay Voice Television, and that's channel 27, and that's more or less halfway up the peninsula all the way down to about Gilroy, but I'd have to double check that. I know that, there's at least 100,000 people in the cities that we serve. That's just cable subscribers, right? So, I have to do some serious math to figure out the counties for that Bay Voice channel, but it's definitely bigger because San Jose alone is, another 100,000 subscribers. And then, of course, the main thing nowadays is getting it out on these worldwide distribution platforms like YouTube, like Roku. And that doesn't mean that the programming is worldwide. It's still very local centric, but the reach is as far as the reach is, which is the world, really.
Right. Well, we had one of our crew members talking about volunteering. How can people become involved with KMVT?
Yeah, we have a website, KMVT15.org, and I would say check it out and contact any number of staff and ask how you can help, and we'll set you on the right path. We're always looking for volunteer support. It's a great way to learn about media and video production. I know I interned news years and years ago, and I got to do some production stuff, but mostly I was making copies and logging tapes. This is, if you want to intern or volunteer, it's a very immersive experience. You get right down to making television.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for making the time to come out and talk with us, Bobby. It was great to see you.
Yeah, it's great to be with you, Katrina.
Well, I'm sure that there's many a beer and wine to be served, as well as parking lots to be tended to, huh? Sure thing. Well, thank you so much for coming out once again. We'll go to another street interview, so we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
La pérdida de visión no es algo que usted siente hasta cuando sucede. La mayoría de las personas pierden su visión a causa de enfermedades como la degeneración macular y el glaucoma, no en el nacimiento. El glaucoma es la principal causa de ceguera entre los hispanos y los afroamericanos en los Estados Unidos. 11 millones de personas en los Estados Unidos tienen degeneración macular, así que muchos trastornos oculares pueden tratarse si se detectan a tiempo. Haga un plan hoy para que le examinen sus ojos. Visita brightfocus.org para aprender más.
This is Daniel from KMVT. I am joined here by Al from TP Toppers. Al, what brings you to the Mountain View Art and Wine Festival?
Well, we've been hitting other wine festivals too, like this, art and wine festivals, and it gives a good product description or product sell. We can sell different products at these shows. So we created this product so you can put it in your bathroom. It goes over your top your toilet paper holder, so it kind of decorates a little bit. So instead of just having plain white toilet paper, you have a decoration. They're all interchangeable, so if you want to change for different seasons, you can. And we found that being here in South Bay has been great for us. We've been here, and we've been to, I guess, Los Gatos and some other shows down here. It's a nice area to be in.
What has been your most popular product so far?
Well, believe it or not, the poop emoji, which has been one of the most popular ones. And we also have the Giants, Niners, the Raiders, 49ers, and we have the wine topper is a good one. Everybody likes the wine topper. And then, of course, the seasonal one, Santa Claus and Snowman and stuff. So.
And if somebody can't make it to the Art and Wine Festival, where can they find your products?
They can go online at tptoppers.com. They're a little more expensive online. They're cheaper here at all the festivals. We sell them for $15 a set or $25 online. So we make it simple.
Al, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Have a card.
Here we are, finally, one last time. Finally, I know, at the 2018 Art and Wine Festival, I believe that our production is coming to a close.
Sadly, it was beautiful having,
We became best friends, and we went on it in 4 hours. We went on many adventures. We learned so many things about Mountain View. No, this is great. We've just been having such a great time. It's been beautiful all day. It's been bright blue skies, and the food still smells great. There's still a lot going on here.
So come on down.
You really should, because as I said, we have the shaved ice right behind us. We have some live music. We have some barbecue down this way, more barbecue that way.
Art, lots of wine.
Lots of art, lots of wine, the two big hitters. Which one are you going to go to first?
Wine.
The wine, and then the art.
And then the art, yeah.
Get the wine, survey the art.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. You can look and sip. Exactly. Age, of course. Make sure to have your ID on you. So what was your favorite part about today?
Oh my gosh, I loved seeing all the kids having fun.
Yeah.
Because usually you think art and wine, it's not for kids, but it's very kid-centric.
It's the whole family can come out here. There's something for everybody, and I really like that. And it's also really cool. Something I appreciate about one of these productions is, we kind of get a bit of an inside scoop about what's going on in Mountain View. I had no idea all these things going on.
You know everyone, though.
Well, I know people, but it's after a while. There's so many things. I mean, you're involved with so many different programs, and we have, I feel like all the people that we have come through. It's around here in Silicon Valley. You kind of have to be more versatile with what you do and what you're doing. Yeah, But it's a great place to come out here and you get to network and hang out and shake hands and have fun.
We got people walking by.
We got people hanging out just everywhere, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm wondering for myself, I think I'm going to have to go check out that fan art, definitely. Yeah. So only just a couple more hours left. They're going to be pouring beer and wine until 5:45 p.m.
And then you have to wait till next year.
And you have to wait until next year, which you definitely have to come out, for sure. Yeah, so the 47th Annual Art and Wine Festival here in Mountain View. We've had such a great time. We got to talk to the mayor. I think two of the old mayor. Everyone's a mayor around here. No, it's not. We know a lot of mayors, I guess. I'm going to be the next mayor of Mountain View. Yeah, elections are coming up. This is a great platform for me to announce my bid for that position. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for hosting this with me, and hope that we can do it again sometime soon. Well, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for coming out. Just make sure that if you need to look into any more information, you can probably find just about everything that you can on the Mountain View website. But otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day. I'm John.
I'm Katrina.
And it has been such a pleasure to host the event here with you guys. Hope that you have a lovely rest of your weekend. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy your family. Enjoy each other. See you guys next year.